Hi, ladies and gentlemen, this is Eddie Marcus, write-in candidate to be the next president of the United States. Now, I have to follow the events daily about things that are happening in our world, as well as things that are happening in our country. And I have to keep in mind the way you think and the way you've been bred to think. And I know one of the hardest questions you might have is looking at me and trying to determine in your own minds, based upon all of the things that you have been predisposed to about me. And me could be a lot of individuals, but right now it's me, of whether I can do that job or not. I don't know any president that had the experience of being a president before being a president. But I'm not running to just be a president that is conformed to the conditions and the ways of old to carry us on into the future. No, my candidacy means that the future starts now. The future starts with us. It starts with us and we determining that our future is not going to be a continuation of the things that have happened in the past. But our future is going to be dreams unfolding in our lives. We are going to live these days. People are talking about last and evil days. Well, we don't know whether these are the last and evil days or not. But one thing we do know is that we are going to change the conditions in which we live. And whether they be the last days, they won't be evil. And whether they last till eternity, at least while we are alive, they are going to be some of the best days that we as human beings can experience. We are going to do what we must do to have and enjoy the life we so desire. Today I was listening at President Barack Obama in Chicago. They were celebrating his birthday, and he was doing his pep speech about how Chicago had supported him in the past, how he had faith that they'd always be there for him, that they got his back. He was saying all these kinds of things. And I'm an ex-resident of Chicago, and I know that Chicago is one of the poorest states in the Union. There's a lot of commerce going on there, but there's a lot of poverty in Chicago. And I'm thinking to myself, what does he mean? And then I'm thinking that the pep rally that is in Chicago is going to be spread across the land. And people who are not twisted right are going to be buying into this crap for simple reasons like, let him get a chance so he can beat the Republicans. We got to keep the Republicans out. Or the Republicans say, we got to get him out because he's no good. And the war goes on between Republicans and Democrats. And each one of them got Christian people on the side of them. They are representatives of God, a divided God. I only mention that because it is a divided God. And I say this so that Christians on both sides, if you're genuinely a Christian, if you're genuinely one that's born again, then you are for God and not for philosophy. God made every last one of us, and God is for every last one of us, which means we must be for every last one of us. And this division crap can go to hell. So I'm calling you out from amongst them. And I'm asking you to support God's plan. And what is God's plan? God's plan is the plan that works for everybody. It works for Republicans, it works for Democrats, it works for all of the other parties. It works for men, it works for women, it works for the old, it works for the young. And on every turn, it's about life. It's about the bubbling of life, all that life has to offer. It is an opportunity to be the best that you can ever want to be, because that is the environment we have here. We have people protecting one another, knowing that the dreams that they have can never unfold unless the dreams that you have unfold as well. And we are committed to do just that, but we cannot do that on the path that we've been traveling. We cannot do that on that same old road of politics. We cannot continue to do that. We've got to change. Now, I'm calling on anybody who can think and anybody who got that ability to see beyond their eyes. I'm asking for that support because that support is needed. And if you are there, you know that. And this is your opportunity to shine. I'm calling on people who say they love God to separate themselves from Caesar. You know, Caesar, we're not going to try to send Caesar to hell. Caesar has been delivered to us. And those of us who are bound to Caesar are bound to Caesar because this is what we know. It's like our language. So we are bound to Caesar. And until something happens miraculously to draw our attention from Caesar and make our faith, deliver our faith from Caesar, guide it a new path, it's not going to go anyplace. And so those who love God, it is, especially those of you who know that God exists, those who have had those miracles in your life. And I'm saying this, you say, why am I talking so much about God when I'm talking about politics? I want you to know that there is a God. And I want you to know that the government, the ideology that comes through my speaking is an ideology where the will of heaven is being experienced here on earth because you, the people, decided that you were not going to continue to live with obstacles in our lives, things that created crime, things that created poverty, things that created violence. We were going to identify that, and knowing what the cause is, we were going to wipe it out. And we made the decision that we were going to live for the best of us. We weren't going to live for these selfish interests that we had. Those things that are coming amongst us, like housing, like education, like healthcare, like careers, these things are coming amongst us. We all desire them. And so we guarantee them to one another. That is what we do in the future. We guarantee these things to one another. And we mean it. And for those who have special interests, why? That is our uniqueness. That is your identity card. And as long as it is being given to you in such a way that it does not cause any pain and suffering on anybody else, you got the whole support of the community to make sure that whatever you're trying to do manifests itself, because the whole of humanity, and the American humanity, will be blessed because of your uniqueness. So I'm saying to everybody, it's time for us to change. Now, I'm a write-in candidate. That means I won't be getting any money from anybody. I'm not asking you for any money. I won't be getting any political support from anybody because I'm not asking them for it. All I'm asking for you, those of you who are fed up, who have matured, those of you who want to stand on the side that says that all people are entitled to have a home. Stand on the side that all people are entitled to have food, clothing, and shelter. That all people are entitled to have peace, prosperity, and joy. That all people are to have access to education, health care. That all people should have a career of their own choosing. If you